Yeah, here it is. Okay. Now it's recording. All right, so I'll repeat that real quick. These levels right here, the gaps, you right click, go to drawing tools, Fibonacci retracement, and you want to do a 50% Fibonacci on there, and you want to mark the 50%. That way you could take a trade off the bounce here. You could buy it. You could take a trade off the 50%, buy it there, or you could take a trade off the bottom, buy it here as well. Every gap has three areas that you can take a trade at. So if you miss this one, you can wait for it to come here, or you might be able to catch two bounces off the top. But I generally try not to do more than two trades at a certain level. Okay. If I missed the first time, I might take it the second time, but every time it touches that level, it gets weaker and weaker. So try not to do 4 or 5 trades at the same level. All right. Don't be greedy. Because we all know greed will bust you in the head every time. All right. The LIS is right here. I like taking the LIS trades. But once again, don't just take the trade because you see the level. If the market is coming down to it fast, wait to see what it does. It'll touch this little yellow line down here. It might tap it once or twice. That third tap, I'm taking the trade up. But if it's falling down real fast and you just take the trade, it might go straight through your level and knock you out. That's called a bear trap sweep. It's like catching a falling knife. We don't try to catch a falling knife. Let it fall, see what happens, then jump in. Same thing if it's going up. It's like a freight train. You're not going to stop a freight train. If it's coming up to a level, wait to see what it does when it touches your level first. Because sometimes it'll go to the level, go straight through it, then it'll come back down and play around that level and drop. It's called a bear trap sweep and a bull trap sweep. Their goal, they know you're there. Anytime, any level that I teach you, I'm not the only one that teaches that level. You're not the only one that knows there. The market makers or the people that trade for the corporations, they know we got our little one contract sitting there waiting. They know that. So what they do, they still abide by the rules, but they might dip a little bit farther just to get all the little new people, take your lunch money, then they'll go back up. That's why I tell you to wait to see what it does around that level before you jump into the trade. Because they know you're there. They know if you're new, you got your stop loss right there because you don't want to lose too much money. They're going to take your lunch money and then go back up in that direction. Most of y'all probably seen that already. You probably was a victim of it. But that's the way the market goes. They know you're there. They're going to take your lunch money and then end up going in the direction you knew they were going to go anyway.
We're basically trading against the brokers, or not the
Yeah.
brokers,
No, you're
institution.
right. The brokers and other traders and
Jesus.
and bots,
Mm.
because in this market, when you place a trade, if you sell the market, in order to get out of that sell, somebody has to buy it. Okay, you're not just placing the sell and, oh, I'm gonna get out at 15 ticks. Somebody has to buy it at that 15. So what the we call them market makers. They work for corporations, Goldman Sachs, blah blah blah, whatever. Their job is to buy that order that you sold so that you can make money. So they are there to help us, but they're also there to make money for Goldman Sachs. So, so in order for you to sell and make that money, somebody has to buy it. If you buy something, in order for you to get out of that buy, somebody has to sell at that level that you want to get out. So if no one is there to sell it and get you out, the market makers will sell it and get you out of that trade. So their job is to fill the trades. So yeah, you're essentially trading with them and for them, so to speak. But yeah, the market, when they say the market is alive, these are every time you see it move, those are people making it move. And also that's why last time I told y'all about time and sales, the TNS chart. This is time and sales. This chart right here tells you every sell that's being made.
It's a good
This is time and sales. They are showing you every, and you could change it. You go to properties. I have mine set to a size filter of 10 because I only want to see if somebody's doing 10 or more contracts. But like if you place a trade, I'll see you pop up with one contract, two contracts. But this is how you see everybody that's trading. It's like receipts. Is basically like a receipt. That's time and sales. So you can see everybody's receipt that's trading.
and it's just in that this is real time, like exactly the time of the trade.
What is a receipt? So it'll show you after they place the trade, it pops up.
Okay, okay, okay.
But how you use this data is that's all. That's all indicators are anyway. Any indicator you use, all they do is indicate what happened last time. You know what I'm saying? You just have to know how to use that data and make money. So the way you use this is if you see a bunch of orders right here, like these orders, they're only one contract. But look at this. They put in 20 contracts to buy. They're trying to buy the market at 20 contracts. So that's why you see this wick. You see it go up because they did 20 and 16 contracts. Look at it. Look, going up. That's how you use this data.
Can you show me how to get there one more time?
Yeah.
TNS.
You pull up your control center, go to new, right there between strategy analyzer, TNS.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. So when you see the market drop real fast, like why the market drop, you'll see orange or red, or it's like a purple color or pinkish color. It'd be like 99 contracts. You're like, who is doing 99 contracts? Market
Mm.
maker or a bot.
Wow. And then that's when those other big traders, those big whales, they always trade against
Yeah,
you.
the big dogs.
Okay.
We small fry. Them little one contracts, that's people like me and you. That's why you see market makers don't make that many trades. The market makers, they chilling. They're like, oh, because see, when you work for these companies, your boss will tell you, hey, by 12 o'clock, we need NASDAQ to go to 19,650. You ain't got to do it now, but by 12 o'clock, it needs to be at 19,650. So the market maker's job is to fill orders to push the market to 19,650 by 12 o'clock.
Wow.
But they still have rules. They can't just make it jump straight up and be like, all right, I did it. Leave me
Yeah.
alone. You know
Have
what I'm
a
saying? They gotta do it in increments, and they gotta fill orders, buy and sell, filling orders. Their job is just to fill our orders. Look at that. See, look, 96. Look at it drop. 96, 56, 17. These are big dogs. There's no regular person putting 96 contracts.
wow. Dang, this is it's interesting because it's like they watching you.
Yeah,
Watch-
they're watching you. They know
watching.
exactly what you're doing. They know when you in here trading the news. They know when you in here trying to hedge the market, putting the
And
buy and the sell at the same time.
they all in control. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why I don't put all this in the course because it'll start confusing you. Just watch the course and just tap into the videos.
Can you mute Mr. Charles' phone stuff?
So yeah, so that's you could literally see every trade that's happening.
Mr. H,
Yep.
what is that?
Look, you see y'all see all look, y'all see all these orders went in, it dropped it. Now you see 20 contracts, 16 is going back up.
So
No,
that
no.
if
What
they
I'm
buy
asking what you,
Oh,
if they buy the if it's green, let's say they got like 20 contracts, right? And then it start dropping down, they mean liquidity is being swept up from them for from
yeah.
the sellers.
Yeah, see, and then you see they're in a battle now because you got some people doing 20
Okay.
to go up, 10 to go down. They're in a
Wow.
battle because these are sales that already went in.
Yeah.
And you'll notice like when the news happens, you'll see the big dogs trading. That's why I tell you, don't trade the news because you're not part of the in crowd. You're not Nancy Pelosi. You're, they're not telling you the inside scoop. So that's why you don't trade the news, because only the big dogs know what's going to happen.
So what do you call that you're looking at?
Time and sales,
Time
or
and sale.
TNS.
Okay. So what is the Dom?
Oh, the Dom is just it's similar to this right here. It's similar to this right here, where you can actually buy and sell. I'll show you the Dom. I used to trade from the Dom, or Superdome. We call it Superdome. This is the Superdome. Now this is real confusing. If you don't know, this is where the market currently is. This is the ask and the bid, and you can see the volume of where people have contracts and where the market is. So you can trade off the Dom. Oh, look, it hit my trade. It put me into a trade off the LIS. Y'all see that? I made $262 in micros. I'll rewind that for you.
How many contracts you had?
I trade with 8 contracts on micros.
Okay.
Because one contract is only 50 cents. So it's going to take you forever to make some money with one contract of micro. So I do about 8 contracts, which is like $4, which is still less than one mini. A mini or NQ is $5 per contract. Micro is only 50 cents per contract. So I'm essentially trading with $4. All right. So I'll show you that trade again. Let me drop this down. Yeah, but this is the Superdome. You can actually buy and sell off the Superdome also. But it's just more confusing using that. So with the trade that I took was the LIS, because I like the LIS. It's a pretty strong level. Sell limit, that's a resting order. I'm gonna speed it up so you can just see what it does. And I have this ATM strategy in the Discord so you can see how it trades. It has like a trailing stop set to it. Let me speed it up a little bit. And that's why I like practicing, because you can speed it up. All right. And once again, the market makers said the market need to go up, but they still abide by certain rules. And that's what the levels that we mark are, the rules that they normally abide by. But nothing is guaranteed, but we're just going the most probable trade. We don't trade based on what's possible. We trade on what's probable.
So on the other end of the brokers, what's the rules that they abide by?
You gotta ask them, really. That's why you don't see a lot of Wall Street brokers doing trade classes, because by contract they can't teach that stuff.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things that they know that we don't. But like John was taught by someone that traded the market.
Is that the guy in your group?
Yeah, Beast Trader. So he has a little more insight than I do. That's why I follow him as well. But he trades based off of zones and VWAP, which is what the market makers trade off of. But look, this is the ATM strategy that I use. And you should see it. See how it moves with it? See how it moves down? I have a trailing stop to where it automatically moves for me. And the further it goes down, the more it moves. And then I have a trail that just waits. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And now it knocked me out the trade. Done. That is called a trailing stop ATM. $312 in micros. Don't sleep on micros. You can make a lot of money with micros, and you're not risking that much money. But y'all see how it got near this gap? Look, it went down to the gap and was like, nope, and started going back up. They didn't want no parts of this gap down here.
I was talking about how close it can get.
Was that? What's that, Larry?
We good.
Okay. Yeah, but that's the ATM strategy. That's in the Discord. Is 8 ticks. But I have one for 6. If you don't want to risk $4 in micros, you could just put 6 instead of 8.
6,
But
8 ticks,
was that
8 ticks.
8 contracts? I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So I have four targets of 2 each, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's why it was moving down at different times. It was 8 contracts total, but they moved down at different times because I had them set to move at a different trailing time.
This is to make how much?
I made 312 on that trade.
How many ticks did it move?
Let's see. It was from here. I think it moved to about right here when I got knocked out. So that was 58 down to 420. So that was 58. That was 38 times 5. I mean times 4, because it's 4 points, 4 ticks every point. That's 152 ticks. But it was times 4. So if it was times 4, just they all moved at different times. But if they all would have moved at the same time, it would have been more money. But they all moved at different times. So it took each one out at a different point.
Yeah, I see.
But total move, if I would have just did 8 contracts and just wrote it all the way down, it would have been 608. But that's how you minimize your risk. They move at different times, so you're not risking too much money. Because if it would have came back up, it wouldn't have been nothing up there. I would have already made my money. So that's just a way of protecting your money. Now, if I would have did that same trade in minis, that probably would have been about $4,000.
Wow.
So minis, of course, minis is a lot more than micros, but it's not about how much money we make, it's how consistent are we with making that money. Look how it bounced off of that. Look, it bounced perfect off that gap. You took a little bit of heat and then it took off. So it's only 9:35. It's only 9:35 in the morning. You could have sold the market and bought the market, and you would have been done for the day. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, done. That's why I'm not in the market that long. Even in micros, you could be done. It's 9:35. The market opened at 9:30. If you see a trade, take a trade. You know what I'm saying? You had this marked up. Why not take it?
Would you say the LIS is still valid, a valid area once a candle closes above it, if the
Yes.
market is below it?
Yes. Once it closed above it, guess what? It was support. I mean, it was resistance when it bounced down. Once it closed above it, it's now support.
Okay.
You could take a trade when it comes back down, buy it.
So you can use that all day long.
You can use it all day long. And really, it works like that with just about any level. Any level you look at, once it closes below this gap, you can take a sell. If it comes back and tap it, you can sell it down. There's so many, every trade you see has two sides. You can either keep taking the trade at the bounce, or you can wait for it to close on the other side. You already sold it, close on the other side, you buy it. That's what I mean by there's trades all day. That's why I try not to put too much in the course, because it's trades. Everything is a trade. But find the trade that you like the best and just whoop up on. If you like gaps the best, just trade the gaps. If you like the triple threat, just wait for the triple threat and beat it up when it comes there. If you like the LIS, whoop up on the LIS until you get a withdrawal. If you like to say, all right, I'm gonna do LIS and triple threat. That's it. All right, well, just take LIS and triple threat trades. Don't worry about a gap. Don't overwhelm yourself, because there's a lot of information, but you're never really missing out on money, because it's always an opportunity to make money.
So, Mr.
I mean,
H, you're saying that
yep.
on the different levels, you could trade off of those multiple times, but the next day, if they've been crossed, that's when you take them off the chart.
Yeah. The next day, yeah, get rid of it. But as long as it's the same day, a lot of times, if like this gap is a 1 hour gap, right? On the 1 hour chart, it's really not invalid until the 1 hour closes below it. So if the 5 minute could close below it if it wants, but if the hour didn't close below it, it's still a pretty strong level. But I only deal with the 5 minute touches. If the 5 minute touches it more than once or twice, I'm good. I probably won't take it again. I'll wait for another trade. That's why we also have the timer down here. Because I see now that it's above it, I'm like, okay, I got a little bit over a minute to see, is it going to close above it, or is it going to go all the way back down below it? You don't want to just, it's above it, let me buy it real quick. Don't do that, because it has not closed yet. This thing could shoot all the way back down and smack you upside your head, because you thought you had a friend at the LIS because it's above it now. But until this closes, it's not above it yet. It can still come back down through it. We got 36 seconds to see what happens. So that's what they mean when they say wait for a closure, because the closure will tell you, hey, all right, it's good. We can take a trade now. And look, it's trying to get up here now. You know what I'm saying? You got the resting order. You can put a resting order up here, because that's a strong area. But that's how the market works. I mean, the market it could be your worst enemy, it could be your best friend. The more you understand how it moves, the better off you are. See, now that that candle closed and a new one opened up, I will wait to see if it comes down here, what it does. I'm not going to just take it because it's there. I want to see what it does when it taps this area. It might tap it and go back up. All right, that's a trade. It might tap it and go straight through it. But it looks like it's trying to go up. But yeah, that's price action. People call it different stuff.
Right, so you wouldn't get back. So you wouldn't get in that new candle, because with the continuation, you want to wait and see if it's going to touch one of those levels again.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill. Yeah, I'm gonna chill and see what it does. And once you guys are comfortable enough trading to where you join our trade room, you'll learn a lot more in that trade room. If y'all think this is a lot, you'll learn a lot more in that trade room, to where you can make money in between these levels too. Because there's money made every time that thing moves. It's a reason why somebody made it move. Time and sales. Look, they try to push it down. Somebody did 44 contracts. 29. Look at all these contracts that go up. That's why you see this big jump. We did 9, 17, 12 contracts, 29 contracts. They pushed that thing up. And now it's going down. Look, 44, 13, 14. We're going to push it back down.
Can you just like, I know like trading overall is generally like a math space. Can you literally just like count those numbers and divide it by like the odds of like the ask and bid?
Yeah, that's what bots do. That's why 70% of trades that are done are by some type of algorithm. They know it's math.
Yeah.
But but that's why people program bots to understand the market, and it trades based on what the market is. But yeah, at the end of the day, all we're doing is teaching you where to buy and where to sell and how to find those levels. I'm gonna speed it up to see what it does. Because I don't remember what happened Tuesday. So all the days kind of blend together.
They like adding 20 contracts, 10 contracts.
Oh yeah, there's some big traders in it. And mind you, this is micros. You know what I'm saying?
But the it's like it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in in those contracts.
Oh yeah. I mean, these people, they do this every day. Because Tuesday, when we were in the group, oh, here it is. All right, it's there. Look at that, 104 in micros, 160. Bop, bop, bop. Gonna get that money. Like, you can make good money in micros. You just got, and with micros, you could be more patient. You're not in so much of a rush because they're only 50 cents a piece. Because in the real market, this would have been over $2,000. But once again, you also don't risk as much money trading in the micros. And this is what I call a runner. It's just laying back, chilling, just to see if the market goes even further down. If it doesn't, I'm still gonna lock in some money no matter what. All right, cool. Knock me out. Yeah, I'm not really tripping about it because that's what my runner is for. But it is 9:49 and I'm up $465 by 9:49 in the morning trading micros.
And you don't have a target or a loss, stop loss on that?
Nope. Nope. My ATM strategy, I don't use any target. I use a stop loss. I use a stop loss because I don't want to lose too much. But I don't have my target is zero. If it make me $1,000, oh so well. Oh well, just give me my money.
Isn't that risky if you blowing your account? Let's just say you at that so 50K account you got I think it's 2,600.
Mhm.
You are at the seventh day and all you need is like $200 and without the profit level of stop. I know you have a stop loss, but without the profit, if you make over that, isn't that considered blowing your account?
No, 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 not if you make over your account. No,
Okay.
you only blow your account if you lose too much money. Now, if you make too much money, that's the consistency rule, the 30% consistency rule. That only applies to a PA account. That don't apply to an eval.
Oh, are you doing this is eval specifically?
Yeah, this is evals.
Okay.
But no, well, I trade micros on my PAs. But this is micros. If you're not going to break a 30% consistency rule trading micros, because 60 contracts, 60 ticks times $4, I'm only risking $240. I'm with this setup right here, I'm only risking $240 because there are eight micros. And if I would have stayed in that trade, look, it still couldn't break too far above it because not only is this the overnight high, but it's also a 1 hour triple threat. That's why I was like, win, lose, or draw, I'm selling because I got two. You got three reasons. Look at this swing. It's a swing high. This little dotted lines right there. That's a 5-minute swing high. The red line is an overnight high, and the yellow line is a triple threat. You got three reasons right here to sell. We made our money. Now look at it. It's going up, but we done made our money already. As I said, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I'm up 465 trading micros. Now imagine if you did that times a copier. So you copy 5 accounts. That would have been 465 times 5 accounts. And once again, we're trading micros. We're only risking 50 cents per contract versus $5 per contract. So you could sit in the trade a lot longer and see how it plays out. If you don't want to use 8 contracts, you can use 4 contracts, 2 contracts. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you're comfortable with. I just do 8 contracts because it's $4 versus $5. So it's still less than a mini. But I just want y'all to get out of that fear of placing a trade. If you're scared to place a trade in NQ, which is $5 per tick, come on over here to MNQ and do 2-3 contracts and place your trade. That way you're not risking that much money. You may not make as much, but once again, we're just trying to minimize the loss. And whatever profit we get, we cool with it. You see a couple times where I might only have $12 that I made. Do you see me mad about it? Nope. Give me my $12. Give me my 12 because I have 16 accounts. That'd be 16 times $12. I still cleared $192 that day. You divide that by an 8-hour work shift, that's $24 an hour. How many people you know make $24 an hour? You know what I'm saying? People are like, man, $12 ain't a lot of money. That's $12 times 16 accounts. I still made what most people make in 8 hours in a matter of minutes. Don't let them people trick you into thinking that $20 a day ain't a lot of money. Because I guarantee you ask your boss for a $20 a day raise, you ain't gonna get it. But that's the power of trade. Look how far it went down. If I would have stayed in that trade, I would have made way more money. But once again, we just see what happens. Why did it do that? Because you have 3 levels in this little area that said the market should go down. And the market makers do abide by those rules. Now, if you follow the rules and you still lost money, do not feel bad. You did what you were supposed to do. You have no control over what the market decides. You don't know what Goldman Sachs told them to do. That's beyond your power. But as long as you follow the rules, you're going to make money more than you don't. Because think about it, if all they did was steal people money, nobody would trade. They need us to trade in order to bring volume to the market. So they're not in here just out to get you, but you do have to understand the rules. Once you break, and I know a lot of you took a trade when you knew you weren't supposed to, and you immediately regretted it. You was like, dang, why'd I take that trade? Even if it worked out for you, you're like, boy, that was close. I ain't gonna do that again. That's just the reality of trading. But the better you get, the easier it gets. The bigger your cushion gets, the easier it gets. Imagine having an $8,000-9,000 cushion. You're not worried about no $200 loss. You got an $8,000 cushion. You still gonna get a withdrawal as long as you traded 8 days. They didn't say it had to be 8 winning days. They just said you had to get in this market and place a trade 8 days, at least 8 times or 8 days. You could have lost money all 8 days. If you have a nice cushion, you're still going to be able to take a payout. That's the whole purpose of having a cushion in your account. So don't make 2,000 and take out 2,000. You have no cushion now. If you make 2,000 that month, take out 1,000. You still got $1,000 cushion. The next month, if you make 3,000, take out 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a $2,500 cushion in there. Definitely pay yourself, but don't be greedy, because guess what? The more accounts you get, the more money you make. If you can make 1,000 a month with one account, which by the way, that is only $50 a day. If you can make $1,000 with one account, you can make $1,000 with two accounts. Now you got $2,000. Just the power of compounding interest. You get more accounts, you make more money with the same amount of movement. Same movement, more accounts equal more money. So go ahead and practice micros. Practice trading the MNQ. That way you get comfortable and you get used to it. And you could do more contracts. Because, yeah, I wouldn't dare do 8 contracts of NQ.
What's the max amount of micros you can trade in trying to pass the evaluation?
You mean how many contracts can you do at once?
Yeah.
A 25K account. Hold on, they tell us on here. Let me pull it up real quick. Like a 50K account can use more micros. Let me see. 25, you can use 40 micros. You can use up to either 4 minis or 40 micros with Apex. And I think Bullonox you could do 30 micros or 3 minis. In a 50K account, you can use 100 micros.
And
I mean, I
minis.
wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And right now, Bullonox still has a 75% discount. Apex has a 50%. So don't buy no Apex yet. Just wait till they drop down to 80 or 90.
Um,
Apex probably come with a 90 again, and what? Probably like the 4th of July.
Yeah, they'll make up a reason. Spring sale, almost summer sale. They make up reasons. But yeah, I know they're gonna do one before the 4th of July. They better.
Mr. H, this level, this yellow level at the what is this, 19
This
around
right here.
19, yeah, that one. That red candle, it closed like that, it wicked over that level, but it closed
Yeah,
this.
yeah, it's just a little bit. Like, I don't know, my closure. If I count a closure, I'm glad you asked that. Okay, my idea of a closure is up here. Like, it got to be a good distance above it. That little bit right there, that was just a bear trap sweep to snatch people up. Because what they do, if it closes just a little bit above it, people get happy and they be like, "Ooh, buy," and they'll buy it, and then it sweep them. So that little bit of closure, I wouldn't even count that.
And it's at that level. If you look left, it's at that the liquidity level right there. The
Right here.
swing high where that red
Uh,
over somewhere.
this one,
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I couldn't really see.
yeah, yeah. Like you, is to me, it was way too much reinforcement for it to just go straight through it and not get smacked. It's just way too much happening right there.
And that would be your indicator to sell if it doesn't go over that level, close over
Yeah,
that level.
just in my practices of trading, look at it now. Look, boom, you could have made another 50. Just in my experience, anytime I see a bunch of stuff in one little area, it's just it just strengthens each other. Now, if you made your money, and now look at it. It's fighting to go through it. It's trying. It's
It's at
trying.
went over the level.
But see, then look, you also got the central pivot right here. Like, I dare you. You got a central pivot right here. Like, you come up here, now you got to fight through the central pivot. Those pivots are very strong.
Mm,
I don't know what this little line is. That should not be there.
fine.
Look at it. Look, it couldn't close above it. It tried to close above it, got smacked all the way down. Now you would have took a little bit of heat. You would have took some heat, but once again, the bigger cushion you have, you can make more money because having a cushion, you're able to sit in there and take a little bit of heat. And on micros, that might have been $100, if that. You took $100 worth of heat, and then it came down. You probably made 200-300.
Um,
So micros, you can sit in that trade a lot longer. And look, it still can't get above it. The market is nothing in here happens by mistake. It's not a lucky trade. It's a reason why things move. There's a reason why it can't get above here, and is a reason why it's struggling to get below here. This is what I would call a narrow range. It's just ranging in this narrow area. Can't go too low, can't go too high.
You wouldn't recommend a trade in that area because it's just
No, I will wait for my levels. Like right here, I will wait for it to come down here again before I place a trade.
it's a retest break.
Yeah, I wait for it to retest this. But look, see that? See how it bounced 3 times? I would have took it. Because it would have bounced 3 times, I would have made me $25, $35. Because support turns into resistance, resistance turns into support. Look at that money. And then it finally goes through it. But you didn't already made your money already. You didn't made you 30, 40, $50, got up out of there. It's 10:03 in the morning. 10:03. You see all these trades we could have took? But yeah, that's the market. It's fun. You'll have a good time as long as you follow the rules and understand what you're looking at. People are like, oh, trading is hard. It's hard because they're hard headed. They don't know how to get their money and go about their day. Enjoy your life. Don't sit here all day, 6, 7 hours a day staring at these charts. But yeah, anybody got any questions? Because it is 1:12 and the doctor told me to shut up. So anybody got any questions?
What was that? You mentioned somebody in your group or in our that he jumps on a live sometimes, and you say he had 40 accounts.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah,
No,
Joe.
but what was the other? What was the other broker, or was it a broker he uses?
He has Apex, he has Bulanox, he has I think it's Lilu is one that he has, and Take Profit.
That's the one with the 20 accounts, the Lilu.
Apex has 20. Oh, he uses it's called something futures. There's another one that allows you to have 20 accounts that he has. It's called something futures.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out the other day. I'm like, what
But they're more expensive though. They're like they're to get their account is a decent price, but it's like 300 to activate it.
Oh.
Yeah, like Apex is 110 to activate. Bulanox is about 145 to activate it. That futures one, they allow you to have 20 accounts, but they're like $200-300 to activate each account. So I will only get them after I do 20 Apex and I got Bulanox up to 11. Then I might consider doing them. But honestly, between Apex and Bulanox, you don't really need any more. I mean, I ain't gonna tell y'all what to do. If you want 50 something accounts, by all means.
you manage 50 accounts?
Huh?
Can you manage a 50 accounts? That's our
Yeah,
question.
yeah, you still gotta managing all those is the headache. Yeah, get what you can manage. Like I've been doing just fine managing. I've been at 16 for a while. I have three or four others that already are approved. I just haven't traded them yet. So I just haven't traded them. They're just sitting there chilling.
They won't close you out because of not trading.
No, they're activated. I already paid for the activation. I just don't trade them.
So it's not Apex, it's a different one.
I just got 2 Bulanox and I got 2 Apex that are done.
Okay.
Now Bulanox, when you pass a Bullinox account, you don't have to, they don't charge you monthly until you activate it. You could just sit those to the side. They don't charge you a month. But Apex, if you don't activate the Apex once you pass, they'll charge you that $30 a month until you activate it.
Um,
And, you know, they all work slightly different, but the overall idea is the same. And y'all see, look, you took some heat, but it still eventually bounced up out of that
I thought that
gap. And that's what I mean. If you have a big enough account to take the heat, you would have made money. And that's why you trade micros, because in micros, you'll be able to take that heat without a problem. That's probably with one micro contract, that's probably $60. But because you took the $60 hit, it went up and made 120. So that's what I mean by with micros, you can sit in the trade longer and really understand how the market moves.
The only thing that I have, Mr. H, is I just want to ask is if it's possible or if it's okay to do like a one-on-one with the strategy. I think for me, I've been with you for a little minute, but I haven't been. I think I'm just struggling and comprehensively when it comes to like the charts and stuff.
Mhm.
And I just blew my first account, so I'm happy about that. But I'm also and I feel like I'm getting it more. Like I feel like the more I'm engaging, I am getting in and practicing. But yeah, I just want to ask if I can have like a one-on-one for like just kind of go through you literally just went through the strategy, but like just
Yeah.
see where I'm missing it at because I'm just not I haven't been trading like I haven't got any accounts approved or anything. So I think there's something missing that I'm lacking or something.
Yeah, we can do a one-on-one. Just shoot me some time that you're available. And yeah, we can schedule one.
Well, I want to know that secret too.
You want to do what?
I said, well, I want to know that secret too.
The secret. Yeah, there's no secret, but yeah, we could do a one-on-one and you know just go over some questions that you have, some things that you might not quite understand. Yeah. See, look right here. This over here is minis. This over here is micros. They move the same. Well, I didn't mark my levels up on here, but they pretty much move the exact same. It's just one is 50 cents, the other one is $5.
Oh yeah, the levels is I was like something look for it.
They're very similar. Like the level, like this level is, let me see, this level right here is 583.75. This one is 585. So it's slightly off. It looks the same, but one is just slightly off than the other.
Just because of the volume of
Yeah,
the
because the volume that's in there. But
yeah.
as far as how they move the same exact way. It just might be a little bit off. But yeah, practice if you're scared or more cautious with NQ, don't be afraid to go over there to MNQ, and just have fun with MNQ. But other than that, anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, I'll get with you on trying to finish setting up the account.
Oh
And
yeah.
then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So about 4 o'clock Sunday, they should let you put in the password and activate it. And then just let me know when you have more free time and we'll schedule some time.
Okay, we'll do.
All right. So if that's everything, right? We're good?
Thanks, Will.
All right, no problem. This will be, and thanks for reminding me to record it. Luckily, we didn't miss that much in the beginning. So I'll go ahead and put this into the Discord so you guys can be able to watch it as well.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
All right, thanks.
Let me stop the share.